welcome to Small Basic Tutorial 3. In this tutorial I'm going to show you a little bit how to use some loops in Small Basic. So first of all I'm going to look at a for loop. So I'll start off with a comment. So if we just start with a very simple one, what you have to do is set a counter up with an initial value and then tell it where you want it to count up to, in this case. And then for this first one I'm just going to simply print the number to the screen and the for loop. So if I run that, it just counts up to 20. There's quite a lot of other things that you can do with a for loop. So for instance, if I want to count in a different step, I can just say that. I'll alter the print slightly. See what that looks like. So now it's counting up in twos. Also, you can go backwards if you want to go downwards instead. So if I say I want to go from 100 to 0, just alter the output there. If I run that, so now we're counting down from 100 to 0 in fives. Okay, so for loops are very good. You can do lots of things with them. So that's basically how they're used. Let's go for another one. So I'm going to look at the while loop here. So while's just a little bit different. First of all, you have to set your counter before you start. So if I say I equals 0, and then if I make this run while I is less than 20, whoops, would help if I put the I in. And then let's have text window dot, oops, and then I need to actually tell it to do something to the I. So what that's saying is that if I is, while I is less than 20, so in other words if I is less than 20, you could say it's going to keep following this loop round, but it's adding one each time, so after a while it'll end. So that's just done exactly what you'd expect. The other thing with while is that you can you can make an infinite loop with while very easily. So just be careful when you're doing that. Right, we'll do another one. So I'm going to go for a goto. So you can use goto to make a loop. So let's call this goto SB. Okay, so similarly with the while, we really need to set our counter up first. So if I go for I equals 0 again, the next thing I need to do is make a label so that the computer knows where to go back to when I ask it to make a jump. So all you need to do for that is to choose a word and put a colon after it. Then I'm going to put some printing in. Whoops. Oh dear. That's the one. I'll just use the same little message for now. So to make it, sorry, I mustn't forget this. So if we add it, let's go in twos for now. I plus 2, let's say, and then we need to do something to make it stop. So if I is less than 20, let's say, then go to, whoops, oh, sorry, I'm not getting my enter to work, that's it, go to start, and you don't need the colon when you actually call the routine, and then I need to end my if. So if I try running that, hopefully that'll work. So just same as before really, it's looped up to 18. As soon as it got to 20, it's exited. Okay, so it's very simple so far. What I thought I'd do as well, just to show you how to use the conditionals. We just used an if statement there, but I wanted to just do a little bit more on that. So we're going to write a little program now which will use a loop to tell us if some numbers are odd or even. So I'm going to save this as odd even. So this is going to demonstrate conditionals a little bit more than we have already. So I'm just going to use a for loop because it's most convenient for this particular idea. So for I equals 0 to 10, that'll do for this. And then what I want to do is take another variable, make any other variable, and I'm going to use a function called math.remainder, which basically divides the first number by the second number and tells you what the remainder is. So if I divide the number by 2, if my remainder is 0, then I've got an even number. So if I say if remainder equals 0, then oops, text window right line, I is even, and then whoops, what you can then do is you can use the word else, which just means if that isn't the case, then obviously we've got an odd number. End the if, and end the for. So let's see if that works. Okay, so it's counted up there from 0 up to 10, and it tells us if we've got an odd number or an even number. Okay, that's about all for today. So we've just had a quick look at some looping and done a little bit of work on conditionals. Thanks for watching.